Setting up two-step infinite variable speed for the ACCel30. If you do not want to set up your drive for two-step infinite variable speed, please refer to Chapter 8 in the ACCel30 manual for additional ways to set up your drive. Before setting the parameters, make sure the drive is set to PLC1 mode. To do this, press the Mode button until PLC, followed by a number, is shown. If PLC1 is not displayed, press the up or down arrow until it is displayed, then press Enter. Now, the internal PLC program is activated, which is required for this two-step application. To set your parameters, press the Mode button until the letter F is seen to the left, and then press Enter. Now you can select a parameter group. The first parameter we will edit is 01.05, the minimum output frequency of the drive. Press the up or down arrow key to select group 01, then press Enter to confirm the group selection. Again, press the up or down arrow keys to select parameter 01.05. Then press Enter to edit the value. Verify that this value is set to 1.50. If it is not, hold the up or down arrow key to set this value to 1.50, then press Enter to apply the changes. If the value is set to 1.50, push the Mode button to back out and move on. Next, we will set the acceleration time, parameter 01.09. Press the up arrow key until the parameter is highlighted, then press Enter. Hold the up or down arrow key to change the value. In this video, we will set the accel time to 5 seconds, but you can set the acceleration time to whatever works best for your application. Press Enter to apply the changes. The same goes for the deceleration time, parameter 01.10. Again, we will set the decel time to 5 seconds, but this value can be set to whatever works best for your application. Press Enter to apply the changes. Now, we will set the master frequency source, parameter 02.00. This value must be set to 0 to implement the two-step variable speed. Press Enter to apply the changes. Now, we will set our slowdown frequency, or initial frequency value, parameter 02.15. Before we set the frequency itself, we must first modify parameter 02.14 so that the drive will recognize parameter 02.15 as the configured slowdown speed. Change 02.14 to a value of 2. Then press Enter to apply the changes. Now, change 02.15 to a value of 6 Hz, and press Enter to apply the change. Parameter 03.00 configures your digital relay output. In this video, we will change the value of this parameter to 21, which will configure the output to release the brake on your system. It is highly recommended to set this parameter value to release the brake, but you can refer to Appendix A in the ACCel30 manual for other options. Parameter 03.01 configures the photocoupler output, or output terminal M01. In this video, we will configure the photocoupler to energize when a fault occurs. However, just like the relay output, you can refer to Appendix A in the ACCel30 manual for other configuration options. Parameter 03.08 controls the fan operation of your drive. Setting this value to 1 will prompt the fan to shut off 1 minute after the drive stops. This setting will preserve the life of your fan. However, you can again refer to Appendix A for other options with this parameter. Parameter 03.11 sets the brake release threshold in Hertz. This value can be set according to what works best for your application, but in this video, we will set the value to 5 Hz. Press or hold the up or down arrow key to get to your desired value. Parameter 03.12 is the threshold in which the brake will set after a stop command. In this video, we will set this value to 5 Hz, but again, this can be set to whichever value works best for your application. Parameter 04.04 sets the operation method for multifunction input 1 and multifunction input 2. Setting this value to 0 configures input 1 to activate a forward command and input 2 to activate a reverse command. This value must be set to 0 for the two-step infinite speed mode to work properly. Parameter 04.08 configures multifunction input 6. In this video, we will set this value to 14, which triggers an external fault when input 6 is activated. You can refer to Appendix A in your manual for other options regarding multifunction input 6. Finally, we will configure the speed steps, parameters 05.00 through 05.03. This video will be configuring the speed steps based on a motor that has a base frequency of 60 Hz. The first speed step can be set with parameter 05.00, and in this video, that step will be set to 10 Hz, or 16.67% of the motor base frequency. Parameter 05.01 should be set to your slowdown speed, 6 Hz. This will clamp the motor at a maximum frequency of 6 Hz when only the initial run command is enabled. Parameter 05.02 will set your second speed step. In this video, this will be set to 60 Hz, which is the base frequency of our motor. Finally, set 05.03 to the slowdown speed of 6 Hz. Similar to the 05.01 setting, this will clamp your motor speed to 10% if only the run input and multifunction input 4 are enabled. If you look at the schematic on the ACCel30 Quick Start Guide, you will notice that input 4 is not labeled to do anything. So it is important to set 05.03 to slowdown speed, so that the triggering of input 4 does not allow your motor to run at any unnecessary speeds. Now, your drive is configured for two-step infinite variable speed mode. Setting the ACCel30 parameters. Using the keypad, verify the ACCel30 drive is on PLC 0 mode. Press the mode button until PLC, followed by a number, is shown. If PLC 0 is not displayed, press the up or down arrow until it is displayed. Then press Enter. To set your parameters, press the mode button until the letter F is seen to the left. Then press Enter. Now you can select a parameter group. The first parameter we will edit is 00.02. Press Enter to select the group. Now, press the up or down arrow keys until you see it on the display. Press Enter to edit the value. Press the up or down arrow keys to change this parameter to 10. This will reset any factory settings to default. To set your max output frequency, edit parameter 01.00. Press Enter to select the group. Then, press Enter to select the parameter. Press Enter again to edit the parameter. Set this value to match your motor nameplate, and then press Enter to confirm. To set your max voltage frequency, edit parameter 01.01. Press Enter again to edit the parameter. Set this value to match your motor nameplate, and then press Enter to confirm. To set your max output voltage, edit parameter 01.02. Set this value to match your motor nameplate, and then press Enter to confirm. Select parameter 01.09 to change your acceleration time. If you have not already self-tuned the drive, leave this value at default. Otherwise, set the value to your preference. Parameter 01.10 sets your deceleration time. Just like the acceleration time, leave this value at default if you have not yet self-tuned the drive. Otherwise, set the value to your preference. Next, we will change parameter 02.00, the first frequency source. Press the Mode button to back out and select the group. Then, press Enter to select the parameter. Finally, press Enter again to edit the value. Please refer to Appendix A in your manual to select the value that applies to your system control. And then press Enter to confirm. To change the fan control, edit parameter 03.08. Press the Mode button to back out and select the group. Press Enter again to edit the parameter. Then, press Enter to select the parameter. Finally, press Enter again to edit the value. Setting this parameter to 1 will preserve the life of your fan. To edit the motor parameters, press the Mode button to select Group 7. To set the rated current for your motor, select parameter 07.00. And then press Enter to confirm. Set this value to match the current rating on your motor nameplate. And then press Enter to confirm. Go to parameter 07.01 to set the no load current value. This value can be typically set to 40% of your motor nameplate value, although it will most likely be changed after self-tuning. Parameter 07.02 can be configured to auto-tune the drive after a run command is activated. To do this, set this parameter to a value of 2. Be careful. The motor will run once you enable a run command. One last parameter to change before we self-tune. Parameter 07.06 is the rated slip of your motor. To calculate rated slip, please follow the equation shown. Multiply the rated RPM of the motor by the number of motor poles, and divide that value by 120. Now, use that number to subtract the base frequency of your motor. The final value will be the rated slip. If you're not sure how many poles your motor has, please review this chart. Set parameter 07.06 to your calculated value, and then press Enter to confirm. Since we will be running the drive from the keypad in this video, we will revisit parameter 02.00, the first frequency source, and change this value to 4. Now, we are ready to self-tune the drive. To set the drive up for self-tuning, press the mode key to change the group number. Then, push the up or down arrow keys until you reach group 07. Then push enter to confirm. Now, push the up arrow key until you reach parameter 07.04. Press enter to confirm. Notice the small LED on the right of the display that indicates the drive is stopped, as well as the LED to the left that shows the forward direction is activated. To start the self-tune, push the green Run button on the keypad. After a few seconds, the motor will start to spin. Notice the frequency feedback display increasing while the motor runs. The drive will automatically stop a few seconds after running. Notice that the Run command LED is now blinking. This indicates that a stop command has been activated. Now your drive is self-tuned and ready to run. Drive terminations. The ACCel30 Quick Start Guide shows a schematic of how to connect the drive to your system. This video will show you where to find these terminations on the drive and how to access them. The three-phase power termination can be found on the top of the drive. The first three terminals, from left to right, are L1, L2, and L3 respectively. The fourth terminal is for grounding your three-phase power. This terminal has been painted green to distinguish the difference amongst the other three. The cover in front of the terminals is hinged for easy access to the termination screws. Looking at the bottom of the drive, you will find the termination points for the motor, external brake resistor, and external braking unit. Just like the power terminations at the top, the cover for these terminals is also hinged for easy access to the termination screws. Starting from left to right, the first three termination points are for the motor, and they are labeled U, V, and W respectively. The last three terminals are for optional connections associated with an external brake circuit. The fourth terminal from the left, labeled plus-B1, is shared between the brake resistor and braking unit. The resistor is connected to this fourth terminal, and the terminal right next to it, labeled B2. The braking unit is connected to the fourth terminal and the last terminal, labeled with a negative sign. It is very important to make sure these terminations are not backwards, as it could damage the drive. Any ground connections can be terminated to the grounding lug seen on the bottom of the drive. All of the control terminations can be found underneath the front cover of the ACCel30. To remove the cover, push downward with both thumbs on the front until it becomes unlatched, and then gently remove the cover with your hand. All of the 120-volt digital inputs are located on the card seen right in front. The digital output terminals are located on the far right, where RA is normally open, RB is normally closed, and RC is where the 120-volt power is supplied. The terminals MCM and MO1 are for your photocoupler output, and they are located here, along with the AFM terminal, which is the analog output of the drive. All other terminals are located on the bottom connector. Be careful not to confuse the 24-volt DC input terminals on the bottom with the 120-volt AC input terminals on the card above. Replacing the ACCel30 fan. The ACCel30 has a removable cooling fan on the bottom of the unit. If your fan ever happens to fail, You can replace the failed part without having to replace the entire drive. To remove the fan, place your thumb and one of your fingers on the tabs located on each side. Squeeze the tabs with your thumb and finger and carefully pull the fan downward to remove. To remove the connection to the drive, grab the connector with 2 fingers and carefully wiggle the connector out of its socket. Now, to connect your new fan, carefully plug the small cable from the drive into the small white socket in the fan. Once that is connected, place your thumb and one of your fingers on the tabs located on each side of the fan and insert the fan into the bottom of the drive. Finally, release the tabs to lock the fan in place. Pull on the fan a few times to make sure it is secured to the bottom of the drive. Replacing the ACCel30 keypad. The ACCel30 has a removable keypad and display on the front of the unit. If your keypad or display ever happens to fail, you can replace the failed part without having to replace the entire drive. To remove the keypad, place your thumb and your index finger on each side and carefully pull it outward. Any replacement keypad can be easily installed in the same place.